Hello, I'm Jim.
I'm Rhenda.
We're hearting this approach. And I'm not sure who this is up here that you're hearing, but we've got a friend in the tree.
Pretty loud. I'm not one to make birds go away, so...
We enjoy him though. It's a great serenade.
And our dog always wants out when we come out.
Come on out, Oliver. Hi, puppy. Doesn't want to be left out of anything.
So happy Father's Day. This is Sunday. We know you're seeing this on Monday. This is the only father I have left in my life at this point. But we both have wonderful father memories.
You have 5 sons.
I have lots of sons who are fathers. Yes, that is absolutely true. That is absolutely true.
So thank you to the well-wishers who have sent their greetings. I appreciate it. And happy Father's Day to all of the fathers out there who watch. I know we have several.
Oh no, absolutely. And grandfathers.
Especially grandfathers.
We would like to talk about the fathers of our animals. You know, we always talk about the mothers, and they're the ones who give all the babies and do all of that, but
they do the important work.
Well, you know, when we went to the Red Wattle farm, there was a very big pig, and his name, I can't remember what his name was, but he was huge, and he goes, well, that's the papa, you know, of all these babies. And we know that Justin has Stud Muffin, who at some point has or is going to be the father of a new baby. And roosters are fathers. And boars.
You already talked about the boar.
I know, but is that their name?
Yeah.
Okay, help me out here. I'm learning this stuff.
Bulls.
Well, I got that one.
Which is Stud Muffin.
Right. So let's talk about...
Where do you want to go? Studs, which are horses.
Right. Sheep.
Let's see if you can do this.
Can you?
They're called rams.
Rams. I got it at the same time.
Billies.
Billies, yep. And I'm sure there's a bunch more out there that we aren't saying. Well, I know there's a gander, but I don't know what the
goose.
The goose. Anyway.
It goes on and on.
We must have all of our father animals in order to have the babies. So thank you, all you father animals. We had a comment from a viewer this week that talked about that they admired us or something because we fulfilled our dreams and that they didn't feel like they were. I believe that's something like it was.
You know, actually a few other comments that are kind of in some way related to that as well. So it kind of, as we're hearing this feedback, we needed to react to it and give some encouragement, actually.
Tell you that you can do it! You know, we get all of these comments about how positive we are, and I've done a lot of thinking about that. And it's certainly not an act. We certainly, this is our life in the things that we do, but we have not always followed through with things. In fact,
well, even now, not everything do we follow through.
We've been beginners, starters, but really
not finishers all the time.
Not finishers. And I think with this YouTube channel, I'm going to consider us, we haven't finished it because we're not going to end it. But
we're following through.
The fact that we're following through, we haven't
Well, we have a lot of accountability partners here who are telling us thank you for doing it, and it encourages us. So.
I mean, even when I think it's boring, I have some wonderful viewer that says, don't ever think you're boring. I'm a couch potato and I live vicariously through you. Well, the fact that I should tell you to get up off the couch, but thank you so much, because those comments go, okay, I guess it didn't, I guess somebody did care or did watch it and it did mean something, so
yeah,
that's important. But I always get bugs in my mouth.
Don't breathe in.
I want to talk about 1994. Actually, it was more like 1992. And I went back to school because of this young man. I took him into this college counselor so that he could start back into school, and somehow he walked out without going back to school, and I walked out enrolled.
I was registered.
Oh, you were registered too?
Yeah, but then, what, 2 weeks later I got a job where I had to work away from home and couldn't attend school.
So I got enrolled in school late in life, and
compared to now, it wasn't very late.
I know. I look at that now and go, wow, I could go back to school now and it would be totally fine.
Yep.
But my idea, the thing that got me through it, was I could be 5 years older with a degree or 5 years older without a degree. So why not be 5 years older with a degree? So I graduated at 44, and I used my degree for 20 years. That's really good. 20 years of time when you were unemployed at times. And so it was a really good thing. And
think about it, nurses are only unemployed if they, well, I shouldn't say that, but in most areas, everywhere we've been, if all a nurse has to do is start to write out their resume and people start calling them. They don't even have to post it anywhere.
I still get offers, but I let my license lapse so that I would not be tempted to go back to work, because I retired 2 other times. And so
didn't stick. This time it is.
And so this homestead is a follow-through for us.
Yes.
We got the dream and we're doing it. And we worked really hard at it. It's important to us. I mean, today we have so many projects that we want to fulfill this next week.
Yes, yes, a lot. What's your dream? That's really a question, isn't it? What would excite you to do? What would you find a lot of fulfillment in? What's that one thing that you've always wanted to do and just could never quite get yourself to do it? Probably because you were afraid of failing, probably because you just couldn't figure out how to make it happen. It just didn't seem feasible. It was always out of reach. Too much time, too much money. You didn't know how. You were afraid of what you'd have to do with it. It scared you a bit, but you still would like to do it. You can't let those things stop you. If you have a dream, you have an ambition, something you really want to do, don't let things stop you. That's really the message that we have.
Remember, there's no line that you walk across. I just turned 65 years old this week. When I was 15 and I was going to look ahead to when I was 65, I would think that pretty much my life was over. There is no line that I cross that says I can't do just as much in the next 40 years as I've done in the last 65. There's no rules. We make our own rules. We're out there to be so excited and fun and do things. There are no limits. I mean, if you look at some of the greatest people that accomplish things, some of them didn't even start till their 70s. So see, I have 5 years to get ready.
And that's the reality. We make our own limitations more than circumstance makes our limitations. And it's a matter, for us, for homesteading, the way we define it, one of the big principles in homesteading is you find a solution, you find a way. There will be challenges, there will be problems, there will be reasons to quit. But you succeed by saying, okay, here's what I got, here's what I can do, here's what I want to get to, here's a way I can make that happen, and you do it. You find a way, you look for a way, you invent a way. And that's homesteading. So you don't have to have a farm to homestead. Homestead is an attitude of solving the problems and making life happen despite what may be going on around you.
We have a long list of problems, especially in this house.
So achieving your goals. Don't give up because it seems insurmountable.
So I wanted to just talk for a moment about what we stand for in Hardiness Approach, in eating real food, in getting rid, we went to this workshop and we met so many people, and people would come up to us after they got our card and they're like, so tell me about this. What is it that you do, or what is your diet like? And we're like, it's a lifestyle change. There's no you have to eat this, or you have to eat vegetarian, or you have to eat meat. You don't have to or not have to do any of those. You have to eat a protein, a carbohydrate, a vegetable, and a fat. All of them good ones. You just don't want to eat junk. No Twinkie diets, and you have to do it. Diets.
You have to do it in the quantities that your body needs of each of those things. I mean, your body has structure and functional needs, and if you're not putting it in to fill those needs, your body has to get it from somewhere else, and it's going to take parts of your body and work on them there. And if you put in too much, it's got to do something with it if you're not using it, so it's going to store it. So you got to have a balance that makes sense both ways.
And then another way that you can be able to fulfill your dreams is to be healthy enough. So you do that by eating and by
exercising. Did I get it right?
You did get it right.
Good.
And I can tell you that if I just do tiny little nothings with my body feels it. So you have to keep moving. I'm going to say especially as you get older. So don't let that knock you down. So then the third one is to be emotionally well. We do this by sitting on our porch, by listening to the birds, by taking hikes, by playing games together, by going for drives.
By studying valuable information.
Absolutely. By talking with one another, by having friends. These are all ways to stay emotionally well. And then we have chosen to do it in the homestead setting so that we can grow our own food and know where that food is coming from. And if you do those things, then you can go forward with your dreams and be healthy enough to do them.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I know it sounds simple. There's still hardships. Let me just talk about one really quick before I end. There's still hardships out there. Everywhere you go, you have problems. In Missouri, in the summer, we deal with ticks and chiggers. It's a knowledgeable thing that we do. So
not snakes so much. A lot of people are worried about the snakes. We've seen one snake and it wasn't a threat.
And I wear my boots when I go out, and they're tall boots. They're so we're getting pigs in the next week and a half, and we're putting them in the corral that's behind, that I'm pointing to over here. And we have an area, we've been told that the ticks are here in this area from May to October. And so we have lots of wooded area that we need to clean out, but we're not going to go in there in October when we know that we could be infected.
Until after October.
Until after October, or middle of October, or whatever it is. But we're going to let our pigs do it for us. So we're going to move them out on this hill that we have here and just move them down the hill along it and let them clean out all this brush and wood and stuff that's here. And so that's what homesteading is by using what you have or what you can get. Oh, that breeze feels wonderful.
Yeah.
In order to be able to take care of the problems that you have. The other thing that we do to combat ticks and chiggers is we know that they're here. And so we check each other twice a day, and we take showers, probably morning. I take 2, sometimes 3 a day.
If we've been out working where we could pick up some of the little crawly guys, we don't take our clothes into our bedroom and throw them on our bed. We take them off where we can get them straight into the washing machine to get them cleaned up. And then we check and be sure that we don't have anything crawling on us. And we've found a few things.
Yeah. And by looking that vigilant, we won't ever have one that's attached, because we're not allowing it to have that. We're not allowing it to do that. The only one I had attached was at the very beginning when we didn't know to do that. And to me, that was a blessing, because it taught us we needed to.
Well, it hadn't been on very long, but it had attached.
Barely was in there. Yeah. So it had not done anything.
So it's a challenge, and it's one that we deal with, but it's one that we can deal with. and to gain what we're gaining and to have that as being one of the challenges, it's worthwhile.
We just learn how to live with the problem so that we can keep our dream going. Because we understand the seriousness of Lyme disease. We truly do. And that's the thing. The chiggers, okay, they're a nuisance. The Lyme disease is crippling, and as we know from watching what Justin went through, Justin Rhodes. And so it's very important that we stay vigilant. So, anything else of wisdom today?
I'm totally out of wisdom. Hey, thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Your comments, your likes, and just the fact that you're watching, we appreciate that.
If you're new to our channel, please like and subscribe. And if you'd like to be part of our newsletter that goes on every Friday morning, then go to hardinessapproach.com and fill out the form there, and we will send you a newsletter and you'll get to be part of our family. We have well over 300 subscribers to our newsletter now, and it's lots of fun. So have a great day.
Bye.